Yes, Ezra Miller. He's back and badder than ever, and we have some new developments with this entire situation following this actor and his crazy escapades with a bunch of different victims, and some of his victims have finally started to speak out about some of the crazy things that he has done to them, and this is all really insane. We're going to get into this, see what's going on here, and of course, to start off, Warner Brothers is apparently panicking right now because of the continual nightmare surrounding Ezra Miller. Warner Brothers Discovery reportedly canceled HBO Max The Flash spinoff because Ezra Miller continues to be a nightmare. And of course, this is a very, very obvious thing. With all of the press, all the bad press that continues to surround Ezra Miller, it isn't looking good. He just continues to be a crazy, controversial person who is doing nothing but putting a bad taste in everyone's mouth for everything that he is going to be involved in the future. And that includes anything that involves The Flash and everything else. It's going to be interesting to see how Warner Brothers handles the Flash film moving forward and how they handle Ezra Miller moving forward. So, with that aside, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff that's actually starting to come out from his actual victims. So, it felt disgusting and very intrusive. 2 of Ezra Miller's alleged victims share their experiences. This is crazy. 2 alleged victims have come forward to detail their experiences with Ezra Miller and are shedding light on the scary moments they allegedly experienced with the disgraced actor. And of course, that is a good point to remember. It's alleged. Obviously, we don't have, there's been no trial about any of this type of stuff. But, we can at least start to kind of see who Ezra Miller might be as a person. One of the alleged victims chose to remain anonymous but spoke candidly about her attack, according to Variety. She was reportedly the woman in the now viral video that surfaced in 2020, which shows Miller choking a woman and shoving her to the ground, which was a crazy video. That was kind of our first look at who Ezra Miller is and what kind of a person he is and all of that type of stuff. And so there's the video there. It's just like, it's crazy. And if you haven't seen that video, you can go check it out if you want to. But basically, Ezra Miller, he grabs a woman and just it's nuts, man. It's crazy what he does to her. But then we also have more information about her, or about Ezra Miller coming out. The Flash star Ezra Miller allegedly harassed women in her Germany and Iceland choking victim is speaking out. And as we know, that is the one that we just talked about. A new allegation has emerged against actor Ezra Miller. A new allegation. Another one. So, from a former friend who claims he harassed her in Germany. Meanwhile, the woman from whom Miller was filmed choking at a bar in Iceland has publicly spoken out for the first time. The allegations against the Flash star were profiled in an article for Variety on Thursday. The incident in Germany allegedly occurred in February of this year when Miller was visiting with his friend, identified only as Nadia, who said Miller became irate after she asked him to stop smoking inside her apartment. That just set them off, Nadia said of Miller. I asked them to leave about 20 times, maybe more. They started insulting me. I'm a transphobic piece of... You know what? I'm a Nazi. It became so stressful for me. They were going around my house, looking at everything, touching everything, spreading tobacco leaves on the floor. It felt disgusting and very intrusive. And, I mean, everything that we continue to see about Ezra Miller coming out just continues to show that this guy is unhinged. It's absolutely crazy. And we've seen videos of what this guy has done and what he's capable of and everything else. It's nuts, man. Nadia alleges that she finally convinced Miller to leave after she called the police after a half hour of pleading with him. Later at nearly 6 a.m. in the morning, Miller began banging on Nadia's door, she claims, threatening to break it down while screaming that she stole his passport and money. After discovering that Miller had left behind a second jacket, she threw it down to Miller from her balcony. Though Nadia does not believe Miller would have done anything to her that night, she does believe he could have physically harmed her. Which, of course, is definitely a possibility. Like, look, this is what he's done to other women. So, this is all just really crazy. We continue to see more and more things coming out about Ezra Miller. It's just like, it's nonstop at this point. It's just like, all right, well, let's check the internet and see what Ezra Miller did today. That's basically what we're kind of at the point of with Ezra Miller, and it's nuts, man. And it's crazy. I mean, and you don't see the type of reaction to this as you would if, like, Chris Pratt said something that went against the Hollywood narrative, right? Like if Chris Pratt, he wore a freaking, like, American flag t-shirt, and the mainstream media blew up over it and were like offended by it and trying to cancel him and everything else for wearing an American flag t-shirt. Meanwhile, Ezra Miller can do all of these insane things, and no one barely bats an eye at it when it comes to the media. It's absolutely crazy. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe. I'd appreciate that a lot, and I will talk to you all in another video very soon.